I've been trying to get more into meditation because I feel like I've had a bigger imbalance in my life, and it's just a good time to get into it. But welcome back everyone to Irristaion. I am your co-host
What?
along with the two other co-hosts.
What?
Show Show and I the leader and Ben's the dimension. We're rolling with this. I don't
Yeah,
give a
no, I'm
fuck.
chill with it. I like it.
I
Hey
That
guys.
sounded like the type of talk in the office that you would hear with two people named Greg and Steve at the water bubbler taking sips in paper cups. What the hell was that opening?
Yeah, it's been real tough since my wife left me, and
Since the damn ex-wife took the kids.
Took all my stuff, took half the house,
take half the kids.
half the kids.
But you know what we have all together in this room? Video
that?
games.
That's true.
And getting on to that
Wife didn't take
subject,
those.
what games have we been playing on our little hiatus? And also, why were we on a hiatus in the first place?
Okay. All right. Well, who's gonna take this part? Who's taking over? Should
I could take
as Mr.
I could take lead
Contrarian?
off
Yeah, take the lead off. That's
because
all you.
Yeah, you started.
I think most of the hiatus was on me.
The
Because
later
I
half
was
was on me for sure.
moving. Well, yeah, but we can blame you later.
Oh, cool.
Um,
Sorry, it's about you right now. My bad.
Well, majority of it. So I had to move, and so I was gone away from doing content for a little bit, and then once I moved back in, there was a little bit of a transfer time and getting comfortable. So we hadn't been able to record till now. But what I've been playing since I moved, I've been playing once again back into Faudian games. A
Okay.
difficult game about climbing came out, and that game absolutely sucks and is ripping the soul out of me. So if you guys are wondering what I've been suffering with recently, that's been one of the big kickers. Dark Souls is back in the rotation to play my second run as Hatsune Miku.
What?
Yeah, my character is Hatsune Miku.
The hit
I love
star
that
from
for you.
Coachella.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're right.
Fun fact, I didn't know who Hatsune Miku was until when I made the character, and then
That's
I learned
for
she
real?
makes,
Absolutely crazy. There's
she makes
no way.
music.
You've
That's
gone
crazy,
your whole life
dude.
without knowing about Hatsune Miku.
That's a
I knew
weird
I
thing.
knew about the Poppy Po song, and then I was like, I like that one.
Yo, you telling me
That
an
was
AI made this song?
that was, dude. She doesn't have a face. That's crazy.
I knew about the color blue, and then I saw Miku, and I was like, oh, that's where it was invented. That's where it came.
Oh my God.
It became
Holy
real.
shit.
Wait, she made the color blue?
She
What?
invented it,
What?
yeah.
Did I miss a chapter?
No. That's like, it's part one of the lore. It's like the first sentence. It says Hatsune Miku
Yeah.
invented blue. Like, there's no other introduction. Just
What? Okay.
Some
Yeah.
computer tech was in the lab cooking, and they were like, "Wait, what's this color?" When they were looking at her hair, and they're like, "Oh my
well,
God,
it looks like the sky.
we've done it."
We've
Damn,
created
Well,
it.
speaking of blue,
Oh,
I've also been playing Fallout, and their jumpsuits are blue. What a great transition! I just gotta say.
Yeah.
I love that
I've been playing
transition.
Fallout 4 because I've been watching the Fallout series, which
how
is
is that?
really, really good.
I heard it's
so
a very
good.
good video game adaptation.
Yes,
excited.
it's so good.
Because from what I hear, they
And
didn't
I've
go
been playing Fallout 4.
they didn't go the whole like, let's make a story that everyone's already seen or like everyone's already played in this case
Yeah.
into it. It's like it's just set within the universe, so it works out.
Yeah. And
That's
then,
crazy.
Something Los Angeles.
The yearly Minecraft kick is in right now, but that's
Oop, yeah,
because
I'm on that.
friends in our community has started our server started a modded server that I'm obsessed with,
Block
and
game.
I've become a very popular cow farmer in this block game. So
You're
I
the
am,
only
once again,
cow
the
farmer
milkman again.
in the
You
game.
are.
No, there's some other cow farms, and let me tell you, when we got beef, I'm gonna turn their beef into ground beef, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
I'm gonna nuke them.
oh.
Yeah, no,
You've been playing a
I'm
little
gonna-
too much Fallout.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
bad.
I'm gonna carpet bomb them and all
Oh,
their
yeah.
cows.
Hey, they have carpets in that game.
That's true. And
That's true, they
bombs.
do.
And
Oh,
that's
yeah, plenty
true.
of bombs.
Oh my god,
Plenty
wait.
of bombs.
Mhm.
Wow,
We're onto
it
something
all comes
here.
full circle for Scram Ram, huh?
It really does, actually. Yeah.
But I'll take
And,
over from there if you're all set.
I'm passing it to you.
Yeah. I've picked up the ball. I've picked up the rock. Hey everybody.
You picked up the bomb.
Part of the a hiatus as well. Has to do with yours truly. I had no power for 2 weeks. So once Scram was finally settled in and doing his thing, we couldn't record because I was going through it. But it is what it is. And we're back now. We're very yin and yang because Scram's been practicing meditation.
I have
He
been.
wants to. He wants to.
He wants to practice meditation.
I'm lining up my chakras like it's a bowling alley.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah. Going for that.
Sorry, I'm at the water
strike.
bubbler right now. I'm pouring into my
Couldn't
plastic solo cup here. Delicious.
Are you double cupping it?
Oh, I always double cup. I'm a lunatic.
I don't believe you.
You shouldn't.
Okay.
I'm a pathologic liar.
Wait, how can I believe that? Hold on a second.
Wait.
Every 2 out of 3 words I say is the truth.
How can I believe that though?
Exactly.
Who's on first?
Oh, that's true. Who is on first?
Why is on third?
But anyways, recently, in the little time that I have had with video games, I've also been a part of that Minecraft kick. I just finished my house today, and it's mediocre at best, but that's okay because I'm happy with it. I've been trying to finish Persona 4 and finish Final Fantasy 16, both to surprisingly exceeding avails. For those who have played either of those games, I'm going to protect Nanako. I'm gonna save that child, and for 16, it's a video game.
That it is.
Yeah,
that it is.
It's definitely a video game.
Can we confirm that?
I don't know. That might be one of my lies.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Pathological Andy.
That's me. The P and Andy stand for pathological.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's more or less my update. Other than like the usuals, like League, Genshin, you know how it is. I'm trying to fuck you. I'm trying to finish my games as I have them, rather than just start a bunch of new ones, because then I'm gonna fall even further behind up to my backlog as I immediately buy more games on sale. But it's fine.
It's inevitable.
It's fine. But Benson, open your arms. Open your arms real quick.
Oh,
Okay,
opening my arms.
I'm
I'm
passing the rock to you. Passing the rock.
All right.
It's a boulder. It's a natural rock.
Oh. I got the boulder. Got the rock. Got Dwayne the Rock Johnson right here in my arms.
Happy with that joke.
The boulder does not like being tossed around like that during a podcast.
That was like a mix of like Macho Man, but he has to be like professional. He's on like a business call. No, he's on like a Comcast support call, but he has to kind of keep a character. That's what it sounded like.
Oh yeah,
my Wi-Fi is out.
Oh, I need a new router.
Modem.
Oh no, you're behind on your taxes, brother.
Oh no, mean that there's a storm service outage. I need to get on Hulu, brother.
Brother, I just got the Disney Plus Hulu package, and I really want to watch Rick and Morty.
Oh, that's brother, dude. The Disney Plus Hulu and then Max package that's coming out. That's just reinventing. They're just reinventing cable.
Yeah,
they are.
Why is nobody sounding the alarms that this is just the same thing over again?
Because people are more worried about jiggle physics in their Stellar Blade.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, I do need to play Stellar Blade actually. After I saw a convenient video on its costumes that just happened on my TikTok feed for some reason, after I said Stellar Blade one day to somebody, I was like, I need to play this game. You know, for research.
To cut that story short, Scram. Game where protagonist is attractive Asian woman and was modeled after a real life Asian woman with the exact curves that the character has, but they tend to wear skin tight clothes, and the gaming community has collectively lost their minds.
They have.
They lost less of their mind over in the alpha test or something like that. There was a spray paint that was like the big N or something like that. Like it was like,
oh, dude, I saw that.
It was insane.
Wait,
that's Stellar Blade.
Yeah, they had to change it.
Yeah.
Wait, what is it called? Stellar Blade?
Yeah, it's a PS5 exclusive. I don't know if it's exclusive.
It is PS5 exclusive.
Well,
I think.
there you go.
All right, hold on.
It's either
I'm Googling.
Exclusive.
Okay. No. Yeah.
So
people were giving it a lot of shit.
I do understand what you guys were talking about when you said like people are freaking out over this game.
Yeah, but they're freaking
no,
out in
yeah,
like the
okay.
bad way. They're freaking out in the way that they're making it worse of a problem, I guess. I
I've
don't
seen
remember how
nothing
to
but
explain
the
it.
good way. I've seen nothing but the good way, honestly.
No, like a normal person like yourself, Benson, is the good way.
Yeah. Okay.
The average
I see what you
consumer
mean.
is not. Yeah.
Degenerates online.
Yeah, because there was some
Yeah.
censorship issues with it. And people and the degenerates online were like, "Oh, the game should be free." What? There needs to be not the game, but like the game should be free to not be censored. Is what I mean. Like the boobies should be out and about. Everyone should be able to see the curvaceousness. But some places are not allowing for the curvaceousness, including the company that made it. Supposedly, there's like a. Anyways, so Benson, what games have you been playing recently?
Well, damn, I don't think I can talk.
Knowledgeable on this topic.
I've just seen.
Is there something
Twitter.
you need to tell us? You've
play
seen a lot on
game.
Twitter. Is it fan art or actual news?
I haven't seen any fan art for this game actually.
Oh, that's actually a tragedy.
Yeah.
like with people who like to be incels about fan art for characters, you figured this would be like the cream of the crop, like Garden of Eden type of fan art shit, but that's surprising to me. But what have I been playing? Well, I've been replaying Mario RPG Remake just for the hell of it while I've been up in house sitting for my grandparents. I've also been playing Penny's Big Breakaway, which was made by the team.
Like Sonic-like game?
It's basically like it was made by the same team that made Sonic Mania. It's their first original game, and it's so good. Rough around the edges at times, but like it is a tried and true. Like if you give Sonic the Hedgehog, like early 3D Sonic games, like actual movement and some pretty fun yo-yo based mechanics to like move around and do everything in a 3D space, it's exactly that. It's colorful, very much like Mania was. Even like let's say like it's a better looking. Great movement, still a little.
Oh, you cut out for me big time.
Oh,
buddy.
hey, pause. Time out on the play.
It's very much similar to Mania, where it's like the team made it obviously, and like it has like color palette much like Mania, with like this early like smoothed out 3D, almost no rough edges look of like Sonic 3D Blast, roughly and honestly enough, but better of course. That's been a very fun game. Like the gameplay still has its rough edges at times, but moving around with the yo-yo and doing different tricks and some of the levels that you get to do are absolutely gorgeous and fun. Been playing that, like I said, I replayed Mario RPG as well. That's always been amazing. Another fun one that I've been playing, actually, I've been doing Baldur's Gate 3 every Friday night with our friends Miggy, Mogo, and Connor.
Ooh,
which has been
great
fun.
series.
We gotta get started on our campaign one of these days. Irristaion takes over Baldur's Gate 3 would be fire.
That'd be funny as shit, actually. That'd be fun.
That'd be so
I've been
fun.
collecting Baldur's Gate campaigns like they're Infinity Stones, so
Irristaion
I'm down.
And random NPC character that we're bringing in.
Oh, it has to be the vampire.
Astarion for sure. Astarion for sure. But I've been doing that. Saturday evening cartoon games on my Twitch has been pretty fun. We rotate that every once in a while.
Such a good idea,
so I've been
by the way. I was talking to Scram about that.
Genius.
It's like actually insane.
I love it. I love the concept of it.
It's been great. It's been a huge hit, actually. Like for those of you that don't know, basically Saturday evening cartoon games in parentheses is like it's basically a throwback to Saturday morning cartoons that we used to watch as kids. But now instead of kids, we're obviously adults, and we aren't up in the morning most of the time. Willingly, I should say. So I did it on Saturday evening, so that way we could play cartoon games based on those cartoons. We just finished Jimmy Neutron Attack of the Twonkies, and I'm putting a vote out in my community for which one's next.
What?
The Twonkies. Twonkies.
What's a Twonkie?
What you know about Twonky?
Nothing, actually. What's a Twonkie?
Twonkies are just Jimmy Neutron's version of Gremlins. Like if you've
ever
ever
always been in the series, and I'm just stupid.
It's been a thing. It's been a thing. They had a whole special about it, and then for like the last season or two, in the background, they would just have random Twonkies for some reason because of the ending of Attack of the Twonkies.
You say with so much twang. Some twonky.
Actually, Twonkies are when two Twinkies are actually stuck together. That's the real.
That's the most menacing Jimmy Neutron monster.
They made like a
then.
Twinkie train.
I remember when Jimmy Neutron fought the Twinkie.
Yeah, like do you, like a Twinkie train. Like, do you think they're stuck together like in a line, or do you think they're stuck together next to each other?
No, side by side.
Oh,
yeah,
like a Kit Kat.
So like a Kit Kat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rip me off a piece of that Twinkie bar. Okay.
Oh.
It's like those memes where it's
just
like
sponge cake.
time traveler moves like a rock in the past, and then we have Twinkie Kit Kat bars.
Oh dear God. What else have I been playing? I got a key from our acquaintance of mine, Jenny. Shout out to Jenny. Kimchika,
Hi, Jenny.
Of a Metroidvania, trippy Metroidvania called Ultros, which has been really fun.
Oh, I've heard about Ultros.
It is fantastic. I did the one stream before I got caught on some stuff, but like I need to go back to it. It's such a fun game, genuinely. And what I started recently is the new Prince of Persia game, The Lost Crown.
Let me know how that is. I've been looking to buy it.
Oh, it's so fucking good so far. Like I played maybe an hour or two. The combat for it, smooth as hell. Like it is such a good game, and I cannot wait to play more. As a very huge Prince of Persia fan.
I don't know if you heard that clap or not. I just tried to kill a fly. There's like a bunch of little.
I heard that clap.
Did you get it? Did you get it?
No, because I didn't want to be too loud. I want to interrupt Benson.
Dishonor.
Unbelievable. But other than other random stuff here and there, that's all I've been really playing. So yeah,
dope.
We all forgot a game that we all played together, which was Slapshot Rebound.
Oh my God, you're right.
The arcade hockey game that I found through just I don't even know where I found it.
What are you talking about?
I think I was just scrolling sports games on Steam, and I found it, and I was like, I started messaging everyone because I played it for like half an hour. Well, okay, don't make me sound like I'm gaslighting you.
You're easy right now.
We all played it together. It's documented. Yes, we gotta play it again. I was just playing it earlier. It's my new like just randomly boot up a game that I just don't want to think about. I play that game.
Yeah.
It's a background game.
We had some good moments. It was a good time.
I would love to. It was a very good time, honestly. Like, and I think our favorite moment, at least for Scram and I, was when we got a message in Scram's chat while we were all streaming.
Oh, I fucking hated that.
Of new people ringer.
What?
That shit was stupid.
It was the best.
No,
it was hysterical. I love those guys.
I hated that shit. They were great. They were great people. I didn't say they weren't.
Oh, they were hysterical.
Wasn't good playing it.
It was my favorite trolling moment, at least. I'd rather take that than some like weirdo in the chat, honestly. Be like the person 3 games later after we won saying, "Please touch grass, your girlfriend is calling." After we won the game.
Oh yeah. See, no, I prefer that actually.
What do you mean you prefer that?
Because we won.
I will say, it's such a funny chat message.
It was. I was like,
your girl's calling.
I was like, bro,
he's
I got
assuming a lot.
He is. I was like, bro, I got a hat trick. What do you want from me? Defend better.
Out of the 3 of us in that group, only one of us currently has a girlfriend that can call.
Well, technically, it's a fiance.
Yeah, true. I'm actually wearing
the... So none of us.
Oh, bars.
Yeah.
Wait.
I technically got a new ring
you've
from
leveled
her
up.
Anniversary gift. Yeah.
Aww.
It's so.
Was it a Sonic ring? Sorry.
It was not a Sonic ring. I can it's actually video game related, funnily enough.
Or like Sonic the restaurant.
Sonic, yeah, I gave her a Sonic onion ring.
Mm-hmm.
Fire.
You should have.
Fire.
No,
you had me.
But both our engagement rings are Kingdom Hearts based, actually.
You fucking nerds.
So,
I love you.
So hers, I got her a new one because her old one broke a little. So I got her a new one with the Palpu fruit from Kingdom Hearts, which for those of you that have never played, it signifies that when 2 people eat it, you are forever entwined in their life. So she got me a Kingdom Hearts engagement ring with the symbols, and engraved on the inside is basically our destinies are forever intertwined. Basically, another quote from the series.
Aww.
Yeah, I'm like so
adorable.
I love this ring with all my heart.
Was just said. Let's talk about some video games, guys.
Wait, I have one more multiplayer game that we haven't all played together, but it should be another one that we should. Content warning, absolutely.
I got
so much fun to do.
Try that for the first time.
I have to play.
Oh yeah, how'd you like it?
It's funny.
It's very funny.
Yeah,
I don't. Very funny little.
I'm gonna need someone to teach
movies.
me how to use the fucking like goo trap thingy. because every time I used it, I ended up sending one of my friends to death because I would use it and they would, because like there's like a little item in the game that you can buy that is like it's just it's a goo trap, like you place it on the ground, and like goo spawns and it slows down the monster. I was unaware that it also slows down the player. So...
But is that such a bad thing when you're trying to make content? You know,
getting my friend bored by a monster? I think so.
I feel like a monster mauling a player gets you more views.
Probably.
For sure.
I don't know what the rules for the game are, but
I
works.
sometimes
it's
like
funny.
to sabotage people in that game because of it.
It's a good thing we haven't played together. I'd be so mad at you.
I would be laughing hysterically on the sidelines, even though I'm probably dead at this point because Scram betrayed me too. But
and then Scram gets dead, and we don't get the footage
am
somehow.
Like the first to die. I'm always the first to die because my thing is it's funnier to get attacked and get tossed around by the monster and be screaming and like yelling than it is to be like roaming around looking for the monster and then like instantly running away. It's like you gotta fight it, you know.
You gotta square up a little bit.
Except for that dog.
That's that mindset I have with the fucking goo trap. Like I place it down because I'm like, okay, this is in my head. I hadn't asked any questions about it because the Saul was the one that bought it and they gave it to me. So in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna do damage to the monster. We're gonna kill him. It's gonna be so great. And then I turn around, it's no longer in my inventory. And Annabelle's screaming while she's trapped inside the goo.
Oh no!
There was one time we couldn't even tell because like we were getting attacked by a goo monster during it.
Yeah.
So like it was goo on top of goo, and it was just like, well, we can't go that way anymore, guys. Let's go around.
Man, World of Goo 2 looks weirder than I expected. Damn.
But it's a fun game. It's definitely fun.
It looks like it's fun. I would definitely love to play it along with Slapshot Rebound again. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I think that'd be great.
So, are we moving on to the second point?
No, I think we're actually done. I think the recording's good. I think we can just end it like this.
Wait, hold on a second.
Okay.
What?
All right, bye, guys.
No, swagtastic.
Swagtastic.
What the fuck did you just say to me?
Oh my god.
What did you say about my mother? What?
She's a lovely lady. Oh wait, we were Happy Mother's Day to everybody.
Yeah,
I guess.
Happy Mother's Day. Well,
it is Happy Mother's Day
when you watch this.
Did y'all get your mother's flowers?
No,
yes, I did.
I sat in my bed and was depressed all day.
Oh no! Shows the flower. That's that.
Have you seen my hair? Have you seen my hair? I'm absolutely the flower.
Yeah,
that's true.
This is true.
Your hair sometimes, when it's poofed out, looks like a dandelion.
Oh, that's really nice, actually.
I love that.
All right, but yeah, let's move on to some topics. Yeah.
Oh, there's been some good stuff while we've been gone.
Yes,
that's
sir.
for sure.
I thought you said this is the end of the recording.
Not anymore. You know what?
Yeah,
you know what else?
We're back.
You know what else is the end coming up? Speaking of which, you know what else is the end? The Nintendo Switch is ending soon.
Oh, segues.
Well, wow, that's
like
that's a crazy clickbait. That's a crazy clickbait. Oh my god. Okay. Nintendo Switch ending? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Well, it's not even a question mark. It's confirmed.
That's a minimum 5 red arrow thumbnail video.
Oh,
there has to be 5 of those things.
I know what I'm adding in post.
Oh no. Anyways, it is officially confirmed. Nintendo talked about it recently. I remember sharing the article with you guys. The Switch end is very soon, but not by the Summer Game Fest. Like, we've all been speculating for the last few months, when is the next Nintendo Switch successor coming out? And after no direct in any shape or form in spring, it seems like we are confirmed there's a direct in June, obviously, coinciding with Summer Game Fest, but they announced it's not going to be announced there. They said they'll have an announcement by March 2025, though.
Yeah.
Which, that's a huge window, though, in all seriousness.
So, the cool thing with that, right? First of all, like, I fucking love how Nintendo does announcements when it's, like, not direct. So Scram, have you seen how they do announcements?
I love their announcements.
Yeah.
All right,
have you seen their
anybody... So for anybody who hasn't seen them, so Nintendo obviously has a Twitter account, or X if you're a fucking idiot. Calling out my ex callers out there.
There's like someone in the comments. It's like I just started calling it because that's the name of it. I'm not an idiot.
Well, grow up. So I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
Grow up, kid. I'm an old head when it comes to Twitter. All right. But
oh boy.
So Nintendo has an official account, like all sponsor and license or whatever, and they'll just like post something and then they'll reply to it, but it's not run by like some guy. When they do announcements, it's not run by like some dude. So their like president will come out and be like, "This is Fujimoto." and it like sounds like a death warrant. Like someone just died.
It is very menacing when it's on your
funny.
feed.
It's so funny. But yeah,
and then you get the goofy videos as well. Actually, sorry to interrupt, but like
No,
the goofy announcement videos. Like, have you guys seen the Mario Day announcement that they did?
I did see it. It was like really weird.
Like, for those of you that never saw it, they basically spent the entire video for 90% of the 3 minutes talking about the Mario movie and basically saying it's coming out 2026, and they have no other information. And I'm like, well, that was a waste of time. You go to click out, and then just they shadow drop Luigi's Mansion 2 for the Switch and Paper Mario release date announcements for 5 seconds each out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and
great.
like, if I didn't see the page turn, I was like, I would have been like, I don't care anymore. But if I didn't see the paper page turning, I would have been like, see you later. But Paper Mario's, I'm excited for it. But back to the Switch though. This is an interesting time though, because we have confirmation there is going to be a direct next month, which they never really do way in advance. They always do it a week before. They've already squashed the rumors of the Switch 2 or whatever it's going to be.
The direct
called.
is supposed to be the last remaining lineup for the Switch as we know it.
But now my question is,
like, what are they gonna put?
I'm intrigued to see because like there's not much left. Like we have a wide open. Like they could announce it in March 2025.
Silk Song. I'm sorry. It has to be brought up at least once.
You're grasping at straws, man.
Hey, listen.
I hope for it. I hope for it for you every single day.
I say every time someone joke, because there's so many people that like joke at me for it.
Yeah, the
day that it comes out, I will be the most powerful person in the world, and no one will shut me up. I will be conquering nations, but like peacefully.
Yeah. Do you want to hear something that will probably mentally frustrate you, but it's just an actual fact?
I'm curious
of
now.
the situation.
What?
Since literally I am getting a new Monkey Ball game, and I got a Monkey Ball remake in between the time that there has been a announcement of Silk Song.
Yes. I'm so happy that your small indie company Sega can give you 2 games.
Can I throw my hat in the ring, honestly? Like
dude,
on that one,
I never expected it. Like nobody did.
Team Cherry is 3 guys in a shed.
Yeah. I gotta throw my hat in the ring though of things we didn't expect that came out before Silk Song. 1,000 Year Door remake. Nobody expected that, and we got it. There's that
from the small indie company Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly. And then the small indie company Nintendo's gonna come out with Metroid Prime 4 before Silk Song. So
all of Multiverse's beta testing and long-awaited release comes out before.
Wow.
Right, it does.
Man,
that's fucking crazy.
All right,
shall we keep dogpiling?
Everybody watching this, next week, if Boston sports teams are Boston sports teams, you will be hearing it from me. And
not even next week, in 2 days. I'm giving it 2 days.
Next episode.
I'm a sensitive. No.
But back to the Switch really quick.
Need them to win.
Going back to the Switch, there's a lot of question marks because this first half of the year of what we expected to be like the finale of the Switch before the console in November, like we assumed.
Wait. Benson?
I haven't stopped recording.
Am I back? I'm no longer shifting my legs, for fuck's sake. I'm no longer shifting my legs,
That's
okay?
So crazy. Yeah, you're back.
That's fucking crazy.
This recording.
Listen, I love this recording. But
no,
anyways.
It's really funny. This is going really well.
So again, back to what I was saying. First half of this year of what we expected to be the finale, quote unquote, of the Switch before the release of the new console in November, which we've assumed. it's been pretty bare bone. Like Princess Peach had a decent game, and we're getting Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake. What is there left to do? Because if they milk this to like March 2025 as the last date, and then announce it for fall of next year,
I don't think it'll be March. I think March is just. Yeah. I think that's too far in.
I think we're gonna get a like announcement September. In my opinion,
I think we get an announcement September, or if anything January, and we don't see it like physically in stores till next year. But I also think like, and it's already been like this for the year. It feels like indie games are like kind of carrying the industry right now.
Absolutely.
So I think even with like big announcements, I don't know why I'm fucking heavy breathing right now. I'm like, I'm in a cold sweat. Nintendo Switch is dying.
That song got you fucked up right now, doesn't it?
Yeah, fuck you guys. Anyways.
He's heated.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I've just seen Boston teams do worse.
They have. Have you seen the Patriots this year?
I've seen that logo.
Hey, Drake May, man. Why are we talking about Boston sports?
Anyways,
that was like Sho's comeback got him, and I'm like, I've accepted my pain. You can't hurt me. They already knew.
I've accepted mine too, but everyone keeps dogpiling on me, thinking it'll make me feel worse.
True. That's true. Hey,
it will happen one day.
There have been some
promise.
Nations in the history of the world that have been around shorter time than Silksong's release.
Oh my God.
Wait, that's actually true.
And that's so insane to think about.
Oh,
but
right.
Yeah. So it really begs to question what is Nintendo gonna do this year if they don't really have too much big coming, and it's been mostly indies. I'm of the fan base. I mean, I'm like this every single year. But Nintendo, you have one more fucking chance to give me Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on my fucking Switch. One more chance.
They might do it for the next one, honestly,
I have. Oh, wait. I have a good solution to that, which would be GameCube onto the Nintendo Switch Online.
I'm surprised they haven't done that yet.
Well, they did N64 and GBA. In hypothetical theory, it should be next.
It's doable. It is. And it would just be it would be perfect, because then we could have Wind Waker. Then we could have Mario Sunshine that's not on that weird All-Stars thing. What?
Oh, yeah.
They need to fine-tune it, because what was the last system they released on that thing? During
GBA and N64.
Yeah, the N64 had huge problems on release. I don't know if those problems still persist, but like games were like not
they got fixed.
Okay, then we'd be fine as long as they make sure it's okay. Like give me some QA.
Well, yeah, of course, but that's something that could help fix that like gap in games that are just not added. Like a lot of the GameCube games have just not been added. Yeah, and when they have been added, they've been added in kind of like packages.
True.
Yeah, I think Nintendo can really step up its game again by just giving us games that we've wanted. And they don't even have to be new games. They can just be older games. But I also there's just a couple franchises in my head that I personally play that I feel like haven't gotten any big news in a while.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that if we don't get one by the end of the year, they announce one for the successor. Mystery Dungeon. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon needs a comeback. Because our last game was just a remake
for a while.
We haven't had a new one
the
since
remake
3DS.
Yeah, the remake was good, but like clearly there's interest if they made a remake of the first game. Like they know this.
I think there's a lot of small franchises. Well, not small, but like little franchises here and there they should look back into. I'm also a big fan of like Nintendo should, at some point, I think every company actually, not just Nintendo, should like look back into like, give me a Star Fox game. Give me a proper another F-Zero game. They're bringing us back to Metroid.
Dude,
more Donkey Kong Country.
F-Zero 99. Oh,
that fell off hard.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so trash.
It fell off hard after the first week. If you can even say.
Yeah, so
I just wanted
that might have killed
F-Zero
F-Zero as a franchise for the rest of history.
I think it did.
Because it was the same thing they said with Star Fox. Because like they went on and there was like an interview by like the creator of it, and they were like, "Yeah, it looks like the way that things are, we're not going to be able to make another game unless there's this crazy revolutionary new idea." And it doesn't seem like they're even working on that. It's not even in Nintendo's like favorite franchises anymore.
No.
You know, another way we can keep the audience interested in Nintendo while we wait for this announcement.
What's that?
News on Mario Kart 9. Please,
oh yeah.
Please. I stopped playing 8 because I got bored of it. It's
so
not
much.
fun. The maps were great. The new map packs are great, but like after having all the maps and playing it so often, it became so dried out, and there's so much that could be improved, and we're so ready for the 9th.
We are. It's one of those things that you have to expect it coming. Like at this point, we've just said several things that they could do for the end of the Switch leading into the new one. Donkey Kong Country, I feel like, is a good way to end the Switch, possibly. Pokemon Legends ZA, I feel like, is going to be a next console thing, and that's why they haven't said anything specifically yet. So keep an eye on that.
The only reason I just disagree with that is if they're aiming for more news by March of next year, they wouldn't want to end their financial year with their brand new console. That doesn't.
No, I mean but
monetarily, it doesn't make any
it's gonna be a
sense to them.
spring type of. Is ZA a confirmed announcement for is there a confirmed date for it?
Oh, that's a good point.
That's my big thing. There's no confirmed date to my knowledge. If there is a confirmed date, then yeah, it's probably gonna be on the original Switch, which I think is the dumbest decision in the world.
It's your birthday, Vincent. It's on your birthday.
Oh my god. Why? Disappointment. This is the worst gift I ever got. Disappointment.
Actually, honestly, a game dropping on your birthday always sucks because you always have to do something on your birthday.
I mean, it's
no,
tough.
really,
and that's
it
just
depends.
The truth of it.
For me, granted, the games don't drop my birthday for shit. It's all because games typically tend to release on Tuesdays and Fridays, specifically.
I was gonna say, I have nothing to do. I was born on Christmas.
Yeah, games don't tend to come release on Christmas Day. That's rough.
I was like,
guys, I forgot that everyone has a cool birthday, not just a birthday in the middle of the month.
My birthday's in the middle of the month. My birthday's not cool.
But your birthday isn't with game announcements, so it's not like you ever have had. Wait, no, there's
May
games that drop in your month.
Yeah, in my month. But
I mean, Tears of the Kingdom last year.
May is usually a slow burn. Depending on what's coming out. But like my birthday in particular, like the last game that came out on my birthday that I know of was like Diablo 3. And then the last game that was supposed to come out to on my birthday but was pushed away, thank God, was Marvel Avengers. So yeah, I don't want that curse with me. I was excited, and then they were like, I'm delaying it, and I'm like, oh no, they're delaying it, and then it came out and it was doo-doo water. So
but yeah, back to my point about ZA, honestly, like if there's no confirmed release date, and they said they're going to roll out news
2025, so you are correct.
So yeah, there is, and like they said they're going to release news gradually. Like I see this being a front runner for the next console, which again, if we get an announcement by September and they do what they do with every other console and they roll it out by, let's say, March or April for the console, could happen then. Even then, like if they choose to announce it.
What do you think will be like the launch titles? Because the Switch
starting launch titles.
The Switch really only had
Mario Kart 9. Mario Kart 9.
You think
that would be a good one?
Yeah.
It has to be a multiplayer game. There needs to be one, and Mario Kart 9 is a front runner.
And possibly they do it again. They do Odyssey and Mario Kart.
1, 2, 3, 4 Switch.
Time.
Oh no.
Okay,
here's my Hail Mary. Here's my Hail Mary though. Because it's around the time we're due for an update on it after it re-entered the cycle of production. Metroid Prime 4.
You think Prime 4 is gonna come to Switch 2?
I honestly think it could. I'm not gonna say it will definitely, but
I'm gonna look up what the Switch 1 launch titles were real quick. I'm curious.
We need to. Are we sold that it's gonna be called Switch 2?
Nope.
No, it's one of those like placeholder
Switch
names.
U.
Yeah, like it's just like the Switch successor. Like even in I think
it's gonna be Switch U.
No,
I was joking. I think
joking. Nintendo saying, "Oh God, I didn't know my alarm was on for that." Nintendo saying Switch successor implies to me that it'll have a different name.
Yeah.
That it won't have anything to do with the Switch. But I think it will. What is it? Oh God, I'm trying to think of a similar thing. You know how like the DS or like the 3DS can play DS cartridges and 3DS cartridges?
Yep.
I think it'll be something like that, where like it's not a Switch, but it has the capacity to play Switch cartridges. Because if they don't, they're gonna kill the system, or they're gonna fall into the PlayStation Xbox issue, where their launch titles are on the previous generation. So it doesn't really, you don't need to get a new one unless A, you want one, or B, you didn't have the previous one.
Yeah, I will say, like, Nintendo's sitting on a perfect field right now with everyone's attention, given the fact the Switch has officially passed 140 million units sold, and it's probably going to be even more by the time this thing comes out.
Exactly.
It is officially third place of all consoles behind the Nintendo DS and the PlayStation 2, which is crazy to think
Moving
about.
right along with people that are in people's attentions. Oh, no, never mind, please.
I have a bold prediction for this new Switch, and I want to do it now.
Do it
and jump the curve. It's gonna be VR compatible. The controllers are gonna turn into VR handset, and there's gonna be a separately sold or with the console itself VR headset.
Switch one already
to turn the console into. Well, yeah, but that's
Nintendo
that's the cardboard one. Yeah, come on,
just
man.
saying we're getting the Labo again. I don't want this.
I would love.
I think we're gonna get the Labo, but it's gonna be made out of the microplastics that've been killing the ducks. I think that's what it's gonna be made out of. All that.
I entirely disagree with you though, because this it is rumored that the Swiss successor is going to be between the PS4 and next gen consoles in how good it is, like technologically.
Yeah, graphically speaking.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be. I'd hope it's impressive. I really need Nintendo to step up their game and let their games actually not run like shit.
I'll be real.
I'm big on the whole like not every game needs to be 60, but I'm also like some games on Switch look like fucking dog water because of
Agreed.
of other reasons. I don't think
I played a lot. Yeah. It makes me nauseous.
That is the one. That is the one part.
My Switch now.
Yeah, that's the one part of that 60 FPS debate. I'll agree with Sam. I think like Nintendo needs to up their game, but I don't think everything needs to be there. But like, there's so many games that like. I mean, I'm you know me and my love of the Wild series of Zelda games. I think those games would look. I mean, they already look great. I think they'd look even better if Nintendo like gave us good hardware. Anyway,
had like a good rendering system.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, did Scram say that during your last debate in the last episode?
Yeah. No. It turned into a thing about FPS, but I agree with him on that statement that they just need to work on the graphics overall. But FPS should be a priority in that scenario because it is killing me that we have so many good game titles for Nintendo, but they all run on 30 FPS. That's insane to me. It's
kind of wild, honestly.
Yeah.
They've fallen so far behind at this point. It's insane.
It's like playing on like a Nokia phone sometimes.
Oh, Jesus.
I looked at the Switch launch titles, by the way. It's a weirder list than I remember it being.
What's the list of launch titles?
So the titles that launched with the Nintendo Switch's release, I'm just gonna go from the top. Yeah. Because it starts off with the Nintendo IPs.
ARMS.
ARMS was not a launch title.
Yeah. What?
Nope.
I thought it was.
Launch title for the Switch were Breath of the Wild, 1-2 Switch.
Okay.
The Shovel Knight DLCs, Skylanders, Imaginators, Super Bomberman R, Just Dance 2017. I mean, Just Dance is a launch title for every console. So
yeah.
This is a shit lineup.
Fast RMX, Human Resource Machine, I Am Setsuna, Little Inferno, Snipper Clips, Cut It Out Together, and World of Goo.
Snipper Clips was a launch title game?
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of surprised that Odyssey wasn't, but I remember someone bringing up to me that Odyssey was like a month or two after release or something like that.
It was. I remember getting my Switch with that game when it came out. Listen, I obviously like I Am Setsuna and World of Goo. This is a shit lineup.
Yeah,
oh my god,
that's a kind of a trash lineup. That is a that is a Nintendo classic of being carried by the Nintendo IP.
Yep.
Wait, I remember World of Goo being on the Wii. Is that the same World of Goo?
They might have made like a version for the Switch.
Yeah.
Like day one release of it. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, because I remember that game not being that good.
It's like what was it? When the PS5 and Xbox Series came out, Assassin's Creed Valhalla was a launch title. More specifically for the Xbox because it released on PS4, Xbox, Xbox One and Series on the same day.
Yeah.
But the PS5 didn't release for another 2 days.
It did.
Oh.
So it shared. So the PS5 edition had an individual launch title day because it launched with the PS5, but the other systems all got it together on one day.
Earlier,
Yeah.
So there's.
So
like,
what I'm hearing is the
like
next
that.
Switch console is gonna have a Switch Sports 2 launch. Okay, got it.
Please be good, please, please make a good sports.
Switch Sports was so
Oh.
Give me.
It's so.
Tomodachi
I
Life
die on this
2.
hill. Switch Sports is actually fun,
Yeah.
but you can't play it alone.
No.
It's just sad alone. Wii Sports you could play alone and it could be fun.
Yeah.
But Switch Sports, there's something about like the being alone aspect. Like you have to play with a friend on that. I don't know why. I don't know what caused it to feel like that. But like when you're playing it by yourself, it just doesn't hit.
I only play it with Connor. Like the few times
Yeah.
I've played it, it's way more fun with Connor. Genuinely, like it's way more fun with friends.
I live for Chumbara. Chumbara is the sword fighting game is so much fun.
It is. It's super freaking good.
But yeah.
Speaking of good,
Well, I don't know if we're speaking about good next, but
the opposite of good. Yeah.
moving right along.
God! Oh.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm gonna be real. I forgot what we were talking about for our next topic.
Oh, it's no, it's not.
Yeah, it's Helldivers.
It's Xbox. It's Xbox. Wait, which one did we do? Which one was the next one?
wanted to do Helldivers, remember? Because it's not recent anymore, but we wanted to talk about it.
Oh, you're right. It is Helldivers. Okay.
Actually, we're ending the episode here, guys. Have a good one. Thank you so much.
Oh boy. Who want to take it here?
Okay, so I'll give the rundown. So Helldivers 2, immensely popular game. I don't think it was super expected to be as popular as it was.
No.
Which
They were
is,
having a
which
bunch
is,
of server problems because of it.
yeah. But the game kind of blew up. And people are loving it. It's from what I've seen,
As it should.
and from what I've watched of my friends play and stuff. Super fun game. It looks super interesting.
Blast.
Yeah. So it is unfortunately owned by one Sony, and boy did they make a bundle of a fuck up decision. They announced, I don't remember the exact date, but it was supposed to be implemented like a week ago, like a week and a half ago. That you had to, what was it, have a PSN account or like log into a PSN account to be able to
it was a
access
PSN
Helldivers.
account.
You had to link a PSN account
Yeah.
to continue playing.
And the community collectively lost their fucking minds, because I don't know the exact number of how many countries Sony sells games in, but a vast majority of them do not have access to PlayStation Network like at all. So they would be completely removing the ability for so many people to play. There was also confusion because they didn't really go into too much detail supposedly, where like people didn't know like, okay, would they lose all their stuff right now? Would they be able to keep playing if they already own the game? And shit hit the fan. And as gamers like to do, they united and review bombed the fuck out of it on Steam. It was overwhelmingly negative. Like I've never seen such a fast turnaround. I think the only time
they
I've seen
orbital
it worse,
strike the review chart.
They did.
They orbital strike the review chart.
They jumped.
It's like a
bugs on the
straight
planet.
directional down.
But
insane.
I think the only time I've ever seen it be that bad was like Overwatch 2's Steam release, but that's because like it was like on release it was overwhelmingly negative. But this game turned. And from what I heard, it got to the point where even like the lead dev or something, like one of the people on the team was like, "Hey guys, can we tell Sony to fucking stop?" So they did. And Sony rolled back the decision like 2 days before it was going to affect. That they'd be fine with it, or they're not fine with. Sorry, that they were canceling the call. That they want to listen to their players after again losing money, or getting review bombed. And that's more or less the tale. The parts that I'll input, because I don't personally play Helldivers, and I am more of a Sony fanboy. When I first saw the tweet, I thought it was fucking ridiculous. I thought that was a really stupid idea. PlayStation already has a problem with their games not really being everywhere all at once, and then locking players behind the wall that most of them can't cross over because of their country. It was really stupid. I just thought it was a dumb decision, and it was a telling sign of the industry in general right now and how shit it is and where things can go into the future. And then I kept hearing more and more about the story where like what is it fucking apparently what that dev that was encouraging players to, you know, tell Sony that they're making a bad decision. He was fired. I mean, for the obvious reason that he went against them. So like, in a job standpoint,
defiancy is not allowed at work.
So like a job standpoint, I get it. It still sucks to hear. But supposedly, Ghost of Tsushima is having the same exact thing right now.
What?
Oh, I didn't know about this.
I didn't hear about this
during the time. I mean, I'd have to get the link, so that's on me for not sharing it sooner. But supposedly, because Ghost of Tsushima with its PS5 release is getting like a multiplayer version of the game or something like that. There's like some kind of multiplayer being added.
There is.
But supposedly, like during all this drama, Sony snuck in and did the same thing for Ghost of Tsushima. You need to link your PSN now to be able to play it. And but yeah, so fucking ridiculous decision on Sony's part. Like it feels so out of touch.
Fuck. And it's especially like trivializing, not just because like places can't even get PSN accounts, but I don't know if you guys know about the track record of PlayStation Network with data breaches.
Yeah,
almost every single month they have to send out a report saying that they had to report to their the employees that there was another data breach. It has been like 260 gigabytes of proprietary data in September 2023 alone. That's more than a lot of major companies combined. It's insane how much they're getting hacked, and they're not doing anything really to stop it. They just kind of they change up the system every once in a while, and then they get hacked again. So it's like, why are we gonna trust our information on these accounts? All my PlayStation accounts are so dormant because I don't like using them nowadays.
I don't trust it at all. I
don't have any personal information on them because I don't know where it's going, and they want us to sign into more PlayStation accounts for a game that they're just a kind of co-writer to, and like the developers made a game that was successful, and now they're like, hey, wait, we asked you at the beginning that there might be a time that we make this a mandatory thing, and you said okay because you just wanted to buy the game. It's like, that's bullshit. That's crazy behavior.
I just want to point out Ghost of Tsushima is coming out on Windows in 3 days too. I looked it up. So we're going to see how that goes if it hasn't been retracted on that part. But unless you have something more to say, Scram, I guess I'll take the reins on this too. I fucking hate when companies make you do accounts like that. Like, Sony has been doing it, sure, but Gearbox has done it for Borderlands to a degree.
Yeah.
Ubisoft does it all the fucking time for years at this point.
Fuck Ubisoft for that.
And like Bethesda's not innocent either. Like, trying to play Doom Eternal is a fucking nightmare because they're always pushing EA.
Oh my god.
Benson, no, not again. Stop moving your knee.
Bethesda is like, I'm back. I'm going at this point. I'm rolling with it. This is for the memes. This is for all you fuckers out there that want to make memes. There's your audio cut out. But basically, I'm just gonna hold the cord. I'm gonna hold it in. But I just want to point out, like, Sony's been doing this, yes. But I really hope this is a turning point where people realize that there's more companies that have been doing it and have been getting passes just because their games have been amazing. Doom Eternal, Ubisoft's early Assassin's Creed. Like, companies have been doing this for ages. Gearbox is going to keep doing it for Borderlands. I hope Helldivers and Ghost of Tsushima is the turning point where we really start putting our foot down on this shit, because it's getting to the point where companies are starting to force it down your throat at some degree. Enough is enough at this point. And Helldivers, I'm glad, is the catalyst, hopefully, for what's to come.
When are we gonna learn that they should just stop fucking with games that are working?
They should.
Like,
I agree.
The games that are made like printing them money and like doing so well in all assets, and the community's happy.
Ooh, I will move.
Why do they have
to
go in?
Too. Jesus Christ, that next point's gonna be a lot of that.
Yeah, it's gonna hit deep. But why do we keep letting these companies just hatchet something that's good? Like, it's insane to me how quickly you can destroy like something that's so beloved in the community that was so happy. It was quite literally like a 360 flip.
Popularity's gone down for Helldivers, right? I haven't seen as many videos on it anymore.
No, because nobody wants to play it right now because nobody knows what's happening. It does.
Any news like that like something's shutting down, you get one of two reactions. You either get not shutting down, rather, sorry. When something like that happens, you get one of two reactions. You get a lot of people review bombing like they do, and it seems to work, which is great. Or you get some people like surplus play it, so they get the opportunity to play it before something worse happens. Luckily, more often than not, it's the former, but it's still fucking it blows ass because like
it does.
It's like Scram saying, like this game from like to me, I've never even heard of Helldivers before its a previous announcement.
No,
so I had no expectations.
No one really cared. I feel like.
And then Helldivers 2 came out, and it was fucking everywhere, dude. It was so great. And I just loved seeing how people were enjoying this franchise that I have just never heard of and never had any interest in. And then there was like, hey, look at this gun I found. I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot with it, like an idiot.
You know what it is? It's vomiting at the party. It just killed the vibe.
Yep.
Nobody wants to hang out at the place that someone just vomited in.
It's reeks in there now.
Yeah, and you left it uncleaned because you're so sick because you couldn't hold it together. You couldn't handle yourself. So you have to include yourself because you feel like it's not your game because you didn't market it as a Sony game. You marketed it as, Helldivers, this cool series.
Yeah.
And you are now taking a punishment, which is everyone doesn't want to be around you.
That's going to be killer, especially for something like Helldivers that is currently putting a lot of finances into expanding its servers and updating more shit. Like, I believe there was like vehicles coming at some point. I remember seeing like current updates. Like, it's getting to a point where these updates and the input of money they're putting into this game is now going to regress instead of advance like they hoped, which is going to lead to some people losing their jobs more than we already have seen in 2024 in regards to the state of the industry. Like, I really want to play Helldivers 2. I was hoping to get it, but at the state of it right now, I don't know if I am. And that may be like a too little too late thing for me at this point.
Sony has to apologize to the Helldivers team at some point. The Sony execs need to apologize because the amount of grief they're getting because of this for something that they made that was actually doing really well and the community liked, they owe them a big thing. They owe them something. A big apology. I don't know, but they got to do something because this is ridiculous for those developers because it's not their fault.
Clarify everything more than you already have. Double clarify it if you need to. Give the apologies and move on. Like, just move on. Do not try to do any loopholes or sneaky shit or try to do another additional positive add-on that's going to bite you in the ass. Just apologize, clarify again, clarify twice, move the fuck on at that point.
Yeah.
That's what sucks, man. They just don't see it that way.
No.
It's just so weird because, like, maybe there's something I'm missing in the context here, but this isn't a decision that helps you financially, like, at all. What do you have monetarily to gain from forcing players to log into PSN, other than, like, your numbers looking good?
It's the data. They want their data. Ridiculous. They want to collect how many people are playing their games,
then
so they know what.
In all these countries that don't have access to PSN, or in the capacity that Sony wants them to have access to it.
Yeah,
because like I looked at the list, it's like 144 countries they can't even do it. The UN recognizes like 200 something. The fact that more than half the world cannot access your games because you want to be fucking stupid is crazy.
You're killing your game. You're killing your PS5 console that everyone's been arguing doesn't have games. Granted, it's on Steam, but it was originally PS5 a lot more than anything else. Like, you're killing your own console too, because not a lot's coming out for PS5 either. Like, as much as we talked about Stellar Blade earlier, I don't think it's getting as much people as it should in regards to its gameplay. Like, the memes and everything else we talked about, Helldivers 2 was the big thing that PS5 needed to get people on, even if it was a timed exclusive. And now you fucked that up completely, and now people are pissed at you and probably won't even buy your consoles if they haven't already. So now you're screwing over your next generation that you already screwed up, whether it's because of COVID or whatever.
Give us a fucking notice in like a month and be like, oh, I got record sales. The PlayStation 5 has sold this many PlayStations. Oh my god. Oh, the PlayStation is so good. You guys love the PlayStation, right? It's
gonna lead to a lot of shit. A PS2 maybe, but not the PS5 anymore. I love the controller.
I want Nintendo to tweet out like, "Hello, this is Fujimoto. Sony, fuck off.
Sony, apologize and put your bitch ass back in place.
Sony, let the Helldivers fight for democracy or something."
Well, we're 2 for 2 with companies either making a good decision or a bad decision. Let's see if we can go 3 for 3. What is the third company?
Oh, the third company. The third company.
Yeah. So, well, let's talk about this one.
I got thoughts. I have so many thoughts.
This one is one that is near and dear to so many hearts. And this one, I think the same way that everyone else reacted. We were very blindsided by this decision. So I don't know the name of the studio off the top of my head. Benson will probably correct me later. But the people that made the, what I would say kind of was like what Helldivers 2 is currently, out of nowhere smash hit of last year. Hi-Fi Rush.
Yup. Tango Gameworks.
Tango Gameworks, there it is. They've made other games in the past. My memory is blanking as to what those games are. But to make the long story short on that part, Hi-Fi Rush, shadow dropped, like literally out of nowhere. We heard nothing about it anywhere, and it was suddenly all over everyone's feeds, over mine, on Steam and everything, and people were loving the game. The art, the combat, the voice acting, the story. Like there was something for everyone, from what I know, for Hi-Fi Rush, to the point where the game was so successful, it won several awards, including a Game Award, and Xbox, in yet another brilliant marketing move from our boy, what's his name?
Phil Spencer.
Yeah, is it Phil Spencer?
Phil Spencer.
Yeah. From
the man that's getting nuked in Fallout 76.
Yeah, the guy who loves games. He's a gamer, guys. He's just like us.
He's such a gamer.
It hurts him just as much as everyone else when his second yacht is no longer affordable until he shuts down another studio. Because Xbox made the decision to shut down Tango Studios, among others.
I have the list here if we want.
Yeah, they shut down a handful of studios in the eye of Big Daddy Microsoft. And of course, everyone lost their shits because everyone was already upset with big companies shutting down studios to begin with, especially because Xbox has a very, very bad habit that I don't remember if I mentioned this during like the Sony or like the Xbox court case thing. But Xbox has this crazy habit of buying studios out because they say they don't have original games and they can't compete properly, and then shutting them down and then not doing anything with those studios anyways. They're buying them out so that Sony or Nintendo cannot, and that it's not that there no longer will be competition. It's that like there's no competition for them to compete against anymore. It's fucking crazy because for some people, studios that get shut down aren't really like prolific, you know? They don't have a lot going for them. But Hi-Fi Rush, as aforementioned, won so many awards. There's no way it didn't bring in money. So people were upset. Like, if even a game is successful, how can you not stay? How can we shut you down? It doesn't make any sense.
It won the most amount of awards out of any of the other releases in 2023.
Yeah. I would say
combined.
So
I would say it is Xbox's most like renowned title in like the past like maybe 7-8 years. Like it's
that shadow dropped. Let's keep in mind it's shadow dropped out of nowhere.
Oh, dude.
So really quick, I want to read. I'll go over all the. I have actually part of the article I sent to you guys. I have the email that IGN got sent by Matt Booty himself about everything. So do you want me to read that really quick in the tone deafness of the studio's closing?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so this is from Matt Booty. Apparently, this is an email that was sent to IGN by Xbox Game Studios head Matt Booty. Today, I'm sharing changes we are making to our Bethesda and ZeniMax team. These changes are grounded in prioritizing high-impact titles and further investing in Bethesda's portfolio of blockbuster games and beloved worlds which you have nurtured over many decades. To double down on these franchises and invest to build new ones required us to look across the business to identify the opportunities that are best positioned for success. And then he goes into it. So Arcane Austin. The good news is Arcane Austin, the guys behind Redfall, they have jobs still. This studio is closing, and some of the members, they're saying, are joining other studios to work on projects across Bethesda. And then the next studio, Alpha Dog Studios. This studio will also close. We appreciate the team's creativity in bringing Doom to new players. Then they say Tango Gameworks. Tango Gameworks will also close. We are thankful for their contributions to Bethesda and players around the world. Hi-Fi Rush will continue to be available to players on the platforms it is today. Roundhouse Games, the team at Roundhouse Games, will be joining ZeniMax Online Studios. And then he goes on to say, with this consolidation of our Bethesda studio teams, so that we can invest more deeply in our portfolio of new games and new IP, a small number of roles across select Bethesda publishing and corporate teams will also be eliminated. Those who roles will be impacted will be notified today, and we ask that you please treat your departing colleagues with respect and compassion. And then they basically are saying Bethesda's this key pillar of everything. Look forward to more updates of Starfield and Fallout 76 and the new Indiana Jones game and everything else. And they're praising Bethesda, and they're saying this isn't. One of the paragraphs says these changes are not a reflection of the creativity and skill of the talented individuals at these teams or the risks they took to try new things. I acknowledge that these changes are also disruptive to the various support teams across ZeniMax and Bethesda that bring our games to market. We are making these, and I'm going to emphasize this, tough decisions to create capacity to increase investment in other parts of our portfolio and focus on our priority games. So that is directly from Matt Booty himself, Ass Cheeks man at Xbox Game Studios.
Is his name really Matt Booty? Totally off topic.
His name is Matt Booty. His name is Matt Booty.
Funny. No wonder he makes such ass cheek decisions.
Yeah, that's what I was. So, this pisses me off. What would you say, Scram?
What blows my mind is both Matt Booty and Phil Spencer never received feedback from the both of them about the game. So there's a chance that they never even played the game Hi-Fi Rush. And they made this as a dead ass a real thing. And I want both of them to show me their hours or show me their achievements in the game before they can keep talking about this title.
Phil and Matt love showing their hours in Halo and whatever else you will. I want to see these hours too if that's the case.
I want to see your text.
Phil just leaked that he got the achievement in Fallout 76 to launch nukes.
You're fucking kidding me.
Oh, is that why people are launching nukes at him?
Yes, absolutely. It's because it's turning into an all-out war. Someone did it to his base, and now he's seeking revenge. This is the CEO of a company, by the way, guys. Just want to let you know.
See, if he wasn't making stupid decisions, I would have thought that was base as fuck. I would have thought that was.
I would have thought it was funny, but I find it wild that he's posting this after nuking several companies in Bethesda that made some great decisions and had some great promises. And Redfall.
He could have just fucking waited. Because that's just a case of terrible timing, bro. That's.
Oh my god! Talk about tone deaf. Honest to God, Scram. Do you have anything to say before I go off about this?
No, you got it. Cook.
Okay.
Yeah, have fun.
So, and I always emphasize this with my streams and I talking with you guys. This industry is such entertainment, I should say, as a whole, as someone that also does film, is fucking shit right now. So many layoffs. I mean, I just looked a while ago. Over 8,000 jobs between January and March lost across multiple companies, including Microsoft before this, from January to March of this year alone, with more news updates. And when you lost power show, before you lost power, we were saying this was going to be one of the topics, all the layoffs that happened last year and are still happening this year, including studio closures. Toys for Bob, I guess, is the saving grace because they're going more remote. But again, the full details of that are a bit skeptical in regards to that. What's up?
I saw a meme about that.
Yeah, I mean,
it was like Shulk from the Smash Bros. Story for Ultimate.
Oh yeah.
Where he sees into the future a little bit, and it was labeled Toys for Bob. So he saw Toys for Bob saw into the future that the shutdowns were happening. So they got out before anyone else could. And I was like, oh man, it's really sad, but it's funny.
and we were like, okay, and everyone's been talking. I follow several journalists. I'm acquaintances with several journalists and game developers and people like Jenny and the author of the Art of Psychonauts 2, Ashley. And her husband have been facing some layoffs as well from gaming journalism in the industry, like let alone developers, mind you. But there has been nothing but layoff after layoff after layoff that's been somewhat going under the radar with a whole bunch of other shit, including Helldivers. This is like the pinnacle of it, where something needs to fucking change, because we just witnessed a big corporation that started with Doublehead Studios with Psychonauts, like bringing that back, mind you, and helping that studio get the financial help they need to make their sequel, which is one of the best games of all time to a lot of people, much like Hi-Fi Rush was. Like, they have been promising that they want these studios to thrive, and they have been doing nothing but shutting them down. Sony has had several shutdowns of studios, if I remember correctly, in the last few months. What, and like, whether it's because they can't keep up financially anymore or something else going on, there are other smaller studios being forced to close.
Thing. I think that excuse for these big companies is fucking bullshit. I think that's
no, not even just big companies, like independent companies, I should say, because they go under the radar, sadly, with how things are going with the world right now, and some other games.
Not even just that too, because like Xbox is, their entire marketing strategy, right? Because like, say it's like an indie company that just wants to get their game out there. If you either A, don't go to some convention or a notice by some big company, a lot of what indie developers have to do is go to Game Pass, and you don't make money off Game Pass downloads. You make money for like giving the game to be used on Game Pass. But that's why I think it like, what is it? This is a little bit of a tangent because of it, but Persona 5 Tactica, released on Game Pass day one. And it has one of the worst, if not the worst, sales in the franchise for a spinoff.
Oh yeah.
And I don't doubt that it's because the game is a little like just mediocre, but you lose out on a ton of downloads and people buying your game and getting at least a bigger cut of the profits at the very least, by sending them to Game Pass. By sending them to Game Pass, you just lose out on everything. So if you're buying these companies and then putting their games on Game Pass, so you're not letting them have the access to the money that is rightfully theirs for their hard work, then you're gonna fall behind, and they're gonna fall behind, and it's gonna suck. This is gonna happen. They're not making money because you're not giving them the opportunity to make money. It doesn't.
In Game Pass news, they're expecting to raise the prices on Game Pass Ultimate.
Oh, no.
And they're also hesitant on whether or not Call of Duty is going to drop. They might not even do it after all this time of teasing that. What is the point? What is the point of Game Pass at this point besides just to play like the retros, and then it's
Bethesda
like
games like that you can't get elsewhere.
Bethesda,
Like,
dude, it's just brutal.
I like the Game Pass as a model. I will say this as someone that has an Ultimate Game Pass. I like it as a model. The practice Microsoft has, I don't like. But this goes to my bigger point that, we talked about before we started recording, or I think we did during the beginning of recording. I am so sick of big merging companies taking these studios, acting like it's going to be okay, and then either cutting them down entirely or cutting them in half. For example, going into the other side of media, we talked about, you mentioned Scram, and I hate this news, Max, Warner Bros, I think, and Disney Plus just reinventing cable again. Like, that is after you killed off half of your library with Max in the merge, so that way some of it is lost media essentially. You're going to do something like that and probably reinvent it back in.
The idea
like
of subscription services was to get rid of cable, because cable
and now it's
just known to be pricey, and now you're just, I guess
it's pricier than cable,
honestly. Day, well, if you have all of them, for sure. But if you're selective,
a good chunk of them.
Yeah, I only have I have three streaming services myself. So for me that equates to about $20 a month, and from what I remember looking at cable bills growing up, that is way better, especially because I can pick and choose when I want to watch things. But with more and more companies getting rid of stuff and then merging and raising their prices because they're like, we feel like it is just becoming cable again. It is.
It is.
It's just with fancy new titles. It's cable, but not monopolized, I guess, which is to some good. But like in general, I think that's just stupid. I don't know.
I'm gonna call it what it is. It's just fucking stupid, and I'm sick of this, and I'm sick of movie companies merging and cutting each other off, and I'm sick of game companies. I want every big corporation to fall at this point, so we can get a collapse, get right back on track, because this is getting ridiculous. Like we're getting so much. What?
Someone make Blockbuster.
Call me crazy, but I thought we were getting rid of cable to get rid of the commercials in between. TV to now then on streaming services also get commercials all over the place. We're just getting price gouged.
A little bit of off topic with
it's
that.
Insane.
Did you hear that EA was considering putting ads in their fucking games?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I could see that for Madden. I literally can't see that for any other title.
Yeah,
I can't.
But they meant like just games in general. And people were obviously memeing the fuck out of it, like, spoiler, I guess, for those who haven't played fucking, like, the original Modern Warfare trilogy. But, like, the scene where Shepard...
Sorry. I just had to.
The scene where Shepard, like, kills Ghost and shit.
Yeah.
Someone edited it where it's just, like, right before he shoots the player character, it just or shoots Ghost, it just goes, Whopper, 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 like a Burger King commercial.
Oh, no.
And it's a funny meme, but at the same time, you're just like... Oh no.
We have reached like a dystopian humor where a lot of this is going to be true unless everything's taken down a peg. And I don't wish for like another video game crash like before we were born, but it needs to happen for us to get back on track. A lot of big corporations are getting extremely greedy with a lot of this shit. And as much as I love my indie games holding it up, they can't forever because Microsoft, Sony, and mainly those two. Nintendo, rarely you hear about this, if at all, but Sony and Microsoft are going to come for all of them. And it's only a matter of time before it really becomes a big issue.
These are the times where Nintendo shines. Where, like, I mean, it's been a long time since Nintendo's been, like, the golden child. But, like, back when there was, like, a little bit of a crisis in video games, and we still had Iwata with us. I mean, this is, like, common knowledge now. But instead of... you know, like firing developers and stuff and lowering morale of everyone else, he cut his own salary down by like a very significant amount just to make sure to keep everyone in. Because like that's the issue with like being in the industry and getting into the industry.
Cutthroat.
Yeah, it sucks. It's
entertainment as a whole is just so
you don't know
cutthroat.
if your job is stable and like survivable, let alone like,
now
pay. But
AI.
And now there's just a huge fear about AI. When do you think we're gonna get our first ever full AI game?
I would say in the next year or two, based on how fast people are moving.
I would say in the next year or two, because we have there's a fully fledged AI movie coming out this year.
I did see that.
It looks like shit.
I'm not even gonna waste money to watch it jokingly. I'm gonna be honest with you. And like
I was watching on illegal streaming services.
I was watching.
I never recommend those. Not the...
like. We're getting to this point where like
I got a list.
Oh no. Like we're getting to this point. I watched an Eddie Burback video recently about the Apple Vision. He's awesome, but like the Apple Vision was his latest video. There's a whole website that creates essentially an AI girlfriend. What is stopping people from making an AI video game in the next year?
But they did a study on that. Like some college did a study. Sorry, I was looking up the news and shit because I've hit that part of my life where now like general news is something I want to pay attention to at least a little bit.
Do you check the weather?
Do you?
Just when I go out to work.
Oh man, you're getting old now.
Well, no, I have
That's a sign.
I have an app on my phone that called What the Forecast that just tells me the weather in like a funny. Actually,
dude.
I'm pulling it right
now. I read the Farmer's Almanac every morning.
No,
you do not.
Are you serious?
No.
I do.
Wow.
You're younger than me. I'm about to be 27 this year. What the fuck, Scram?
It's interesting sometimes. Like I found out about the Northern Lights thing.
Oh,
that was pretty cool.
That was great.
I didn't even go to see them though, but it was pretty cool to hear about.
Yeah,
I didn't see them either. But back on topic, like, you know, with the fear of AI, because AI is also, I've seen a lot of editing, like people that are freelancers or content creators online that also do, obviously, because content creation is a hard thing as it is. Basically, they edit for companies for like commercials and other shit have already fired people that I know, like Lady Pelvic's her name for gaming. She was an editor for them and she got fired because they replaced all the editors with AI essentially. We're reaching a point where like everyone is forfeit. Like the movie itself is forfeit, the movie industry, games are going to be forfeit. And granted, it will never be as good as the artists themselves, but people have such a dystopian way of memes where they're going to buy it ironically, it's going to blow up, and it's going to encourage so much more of this where we can't tell fact from fiction anymore when it comes to what is actually good. And it's the double blade of like multiple generations being online in a cataclysmic decade like we are in right now.
We just need to find a way to enforce like stop buying companies if your intention within like 6 months is to lay them off. That's fucking ridiculous.
Yep. I hate it.
There has to be either some kind of law preventing that and or some kind of protection for those people, because like they go to school for so long and do work so hard and make so many great things, and like gaming itself isn't respected by several people as like a form of media and way of storytelling, which I think is bullshit, but it is what it is.
Very much so.
But there needs to be something done for at least the jobs intact, because these are big companies, because everyone cares about how the job market's raising and shit like that. That's a lot of jobs just gone in a flash just because someone was just like, I don't really think it's making me enough money, when it could be like $50,000 off. Like it can be my salary in a year, and that's not enough.
Not even our salary, honestly.
It'll be way more.
I will say to keep an eye on something really quick.
Yeah, what's up?
No, I'm gonna say so something to keep an eye on in regards to like changes. I do know that the Animators Guild could strike this year, and I think video game developers are also due for a renewal contract as well in regards to their union. We may be seeing some strikes very soon if that's the case. We saw it with the Actors Guild last year.
The voice actors strikes was happening last year, and all it turned out was we're still letting AI be a thing in voice acting.
It was good, that was the Actors Guild internal, Like everyone was so happy, and then they got sold away anyways. After a couple weeks of being happy, they got some terms met. But like, that is something to keep an eye on. Like, I think video game developing unions and animator unions, it's their turn coming up about the renewal for their contracts. It's good if we thought video games being pushed back because they couldn't get their voice actors for a couple weeks and a couple months was bad last year. Let's see how long this plays out for the industry this year between animators and developers, if both are happening this year and both happen to go on strike. That is going to be a huge episode for us as well when it happens, because it's not if, it's when, because the artists are sick of being treated lesser than their art, and I don't blame them at all.
We've also learned how well we are with review bombing games that come out this year. With Helldivers, we know what our strength is, and I think it's going to start being used a lot more. I think Helldivers was the warning shot, and if this AI stuff becomes a bigger problem, or in general weird studio shit happen, I think this should have happened to Blizzard at one point. I'm going to make a call out to that.
No, you should. Absolutely.
Blizzard and I have a long-term beef. I've been banned from them. I've been unbanned. I've been banned for very valid reasons, but also not valid reasons of me calling out their evil ways and their studio not really doing much about it. And I think they need to be held accountable. And Overwatch 2 should have sunk to the grave, but it's coming back.
Did you hear? I'm sorry. Did you hear? Dude, bro, they're making a fucking PvE game. They're making a PvE game. They're making. They have a separate team. They're making a PvE. You had a PvE game, and then you fucking killed it.
You nuked it. You nuked it for no reason. You
had such a say for Blizzard. It's like, can I be honest with you? With Blizzard. Back when everything started, and I think honestly we should have seen a whole domino effect when Activision Blizzard started all this a couple years ago. I still have not played an Activision Blizzard game. I stayed true to my word when I was talking about after Tony Hawk. The last Activision game I played was Crash Bandicoot 4. It's About Time. That's the last one.
I've been pretty good. The only one that I've kind of broke for was Overwatch, and even then, Sho can attest. How much do I shit on the game when I play it?
A lot, I'm sure.
I would argue for how much you liked the original Overwatch more than me, because I'm very vocal that I hate both of those games.
Yeah.
I liked Overwatch 1.
But I don't play them that much. Scram had played them both a decent amount, and he's super vocal about his disdain for 2.
Yeah, I my biggest thing was I was streaming Sekiro and getting through, and I was halfway through the game, and I quit playing it because a bunch of shit came out about Activision Blizzard, and I just could not stand to be supporting by playing a game like that. And I requested a refund, and of course I got denied. And I think that was when I got my first ban.
I remember when I was planning more stuff for my YouTube channel, because I wanted to keep doing like the skating, like the November skate games every month, like I did with Tony Hawk. I remember thinking like, let's play the originals, let's do this. And then right before I started planning stuff, the news came out, and I was like, I looked at my wife obviously, and I was like, because she was telling me about how's this video coming along, I'm like, I gotta figure something out. I'm like, I don't care if this is delayed for months on end. I'm like, I showed her the news, and I was like, I'm not touching another game. And I'm still not touching another game because I still don't trust, especially after today, after the recent news with Microsoft especially, who now is part of Activision, mind you, I still don't trust any fucking decision that they do. I still don't trust there's going to be change unless it's there for the good. And Microsoft also has to step up to that plate because they're managing shit badly with Bethesda and everything now. It's a really big turning point.
Mention, because we were talking about the review bombing and how Helldivers is a good example. I think another good example actually is Hi-Fi Rush, because it was review bombed positively. And Hi-Fi Rush is now Xbox's most successful game review-wise, like ever.
That's crazy to me. And it deserves it. If I had finished it before I made my top 15 list for a video, it would have made my top 5 games of all time. Wholeheartedly. I was just shook because it was for my charity last month with you and with Cake and you, Benson. That was my first giveaway game. And then hearing the news that it's just like, hey, we're not a studio anymore, I was just so thrown off. It's really wonky. We live in a wonky time. It's a really wonky time.
I just want to play games, bro. I just want to play games, and I want people to enjoy making games because I enjoy playing games.
It's getting to the point where like we have to pay attention, like not just to the gaming, but the world in general and entertainment, I should say. But we're reaching a turning point in business practices and society where something has got to give, and both are not budging for whatever reason. Something has got to give, and the way one is going to give and tap out is not going to be a positive way that they do it. It's going to be a collapse.
Well, boys, I'm going to Universal soon, and I'm going to go see Mario. Do you guys want me to tell Mario anything so I can help save the world?
To make a better movie next time.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude. What?
That's true.
Wait,
that's true.
Whatever.
The movie.
I thought it was okay.
No,
it was just okay.
Yeah, it's like a 6
was
out
a
of
good
10.
movie.
Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves was a good movie.
Yeah,
this was an okay movie.
I would never recommend the Mario movie to a non-Mario fan.
I have a hard time recommending it to a Mario fan.
Wow, okay. I see how you guys feel.
Maybe this is the reason why I left the original podcast I was on before you guys. I just have the hottest takes when it comes to Mario media lately, and for good reason.
Okay.
Because
it's just okay. I will say it's the. Did we talk about this last episode?
We did not talk about this, I think.
Okay, so this will be my last tangent because we got to wrap things up. But and then we'll share final thoughts. Obviously, I watched it on my flight to California because my plane had like in-flight movies or whatever. And then because we were sitting in the plane and it was delayed, and I had the choice between that and Barbie, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna choose the Mario movie because as Benson's aforementioned podcast, I had been told that a certain someone on that podcast had, not to throw shade, so I apologize if it comes out that way, had watched the movie too many times in Scram. I think it was like, what, 13 times?
Whoa, okay, that's insane. I watched it twice. I watched it twice.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He paid money to go to a theater and watch it 13 times. So I was like,
Nintendo isn't struggling low, bro.
So I wanted to watch and see if it was. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead, go.
But
You're
I
fine.
wanted to see if it was any good or anything. So we were delayed for like an hour on my flight, and I was able to watch most of the movie. And then right when we took off, I was able to finish it. And I was, man, how do I put this? I guess well, if you go by the technical fact, yeah, I felt like for a movie I got to watch for free, they owed me money. Like it didn't feel there was something about it that it let's see, like Pratt did better than I thought. Charlie Day just sounds like Charlie Day. So like honestly, I think that during it, between the two of them, I think Charlie Day was like the worst cast as Luigi versus Mario being cast as Pratt. Because with Pratt, like I kind of got used to it. I thought I was like, okay, I can deal with this. Like it's not what I want, but it's not awful. I still don't think he's a voice actor, but you know, I'm just biased. Anya Taylor-Joy did, yeah, she did great.
Is one of the best casts along with Jack Black.
Yeah.
Yep. They did great. I think
they killed it.
I think Keegan-Michael Key did really great, as long as they gave him more than 5 lines, because he wasn't in that movie. You paid him for nothing.
He disappeared.
You might as well have just paid the Penguin more money, because he had like around the same amount of lines. It was fucking insane.
He did.
And it is like by far the most beautiful Illumination movie I've ever seen. Like animated wise, it's like gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The references are piss poor. The story is piss poor, but it's a kids movie, so I expected that.
Retro Mario was in the background of a scene, though.
Cool.
Retro Mario made appearance.
Why did it have a post-credit
Seth Rogen.
So did Take on Me. Why was it there?
Anyways, I proceeded to play Tears of the Kingdom for the rest of the flight and had an immensely more fun time. But that movie's just it's very just okay. It's just okay, and I didn't expect it to be this crazy big blockbuster. Like I don't go into movies expecting them to be 10 out of 10s because that's just stupid. But I expect them to be like worth my time. And if I had to put Mario on that list, it is definitely worth one watch if you're a fan. If you don't play Mario games, you're just going to that movie because your kid wants to go. You're not going to that movie for any other reason.
Maybe I have to rewatch it again to see what you guys are talking about.
Can't wait for Sonic 3 to take the throne as the best video game movie recently.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Sonic movies way more.
Well, yeah, the Sonic movies are killer. They're so good.
Sonic 3 is going to be hype. I cannot wait for it.
How do you feel about the Zelda movie? Are you excited for that?
I'll wait till I see a trailer for that one.
What about the Minecraft movie?
Fuck that. I don't give a shit.
Dude, Jennifer Coolidge is Villager.
I don't care. Keanu Reeves is Shadow.
I think she should be the Ghast.
Which I think is a good cast as well. Actually, I think Keanu Reeves' Shadow is like fucking phenomenal. Like that is, if you weren't gonna get a Shadow, like an actual Shadow voice actor that we've already been established with, you grabbed like the best decision. You grabbed the tumbleweed from SpongeBob.
That's true. That's true. It's so funny. I mean, Jack Black, he's gonna kill it, I'm sure, in the Minecraft movie, but I don't see how they're gonna pull this off. I'm gonna be real with you.
I think I'm calling it. It's gonna be one of the best video game movies of all time.
Oh my god, that is a long shot and a half, and I'm here for that long shot.
It is. We should go watch it in theaters together when it comes out.
I was gonna say, Scram, I want to be sitting right next to you like we were in Godzilla -1, and I want to see every reaction for this.
Why don't we sit like butts to lap stacked up on top of each other?
Ooh.
Can we all go to the movie in one big trench coat?
Oh my god, we could. We should do that.
Be like 8 foot tall.
You smuggle
the fake mustache and everything.
You smuggle in
one
snacks
adult
in the movie
large popcorn.
I smuggle my friends in the movie theater. We are not the same.
But some guy opens his coat and you see a whole 2-liter Mountain Dew. We open ours and there's 3 guys in there.
There's 2 liters of Mountain Dew because there's 3 guys.
There's 15 liters of people in there.
So you guys want me telling Mario that he needs to make a better movie?
No, I think you need to tell Mario that his movie was mid and that the next one should be better.
Wow. Okay, so I'm just shitting on Mario.
Absolutely.
Can I just tell him I enjoyed Mario Wonder?
Yeah, tell him that Charles Martinet is great, but the new guy is also really good, and he was in Genshin Impact, which is crazy to think about.
I just like approach the guy that's in the Martin costume aggressively, and I just grab him by the nose.
That movie was shit.
You will never be Marnie.
But anyway, fellas, any closing remarks? Any last things to say?
No.
Epic.
Joe, do you have anything before I go?
Shout out to Nintendo being good for once. I can't wait for them to immediately ruin it in a couple months.
I was
related
gonna say
to
they're gonna fuck it up soon.
Yeah. I'm so happy that Nintendo's we're gonna be 3 for 3 for bad company decisions from the big gaming guys.
I can't wait. Can't wait. And it's gonna be sandwiched between Jeff fucking Keighley's Summer Game Fest.
Oh my god, fucking.
That's gonna be a great Irristaion episode.
And
can't wait.
Timothy Chalamet.
I just want to give a
favorite
shout
gamer.
out that Sega's still cooking.
True.
And we're gonna live off that for a little bit. So
Sega owns Atlas, and Atlas is Persona, and they're cooking on with Persona and Shin Megami Tensei.
I mean, Sega's living with I was gonna say they got Shin Megami Tensei, Persona, Sonic Media's
right now. Sonic's going crazy.
Monkey Ball's got a new game. Yakuza's been thriving.
Actually, okay, this is my last point. Fucking Sega releasing a banger Sonic game. Only on Apple Arcade. Why would you fucking do that? Why would you 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 do that? This is fucking stupid. You're dumb.
Well,
You're dumb. That's ridiculous. Release it on consoles. It was so good. It looked great. It was what people wanted. Anyways.
It'll come to console.
Eventually.
I was going to say, a lot of Apple Arcade games are coming to console. Like the TMNT game they announced during the Indie Direct, I think, is coming to, Switch over the summer after being on an Apple Arcade. There's a lot more Apple Arcade games, I'm realizing, coming to console more than ever, which is crazy to me because at first, and this shows how much I'm out of the mobile game, I thought they were just new games entirely.
True.
Which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But
oh my god, wait, Sam, I have to tell you about that.
Samsung.
We have to play that TMT game. We have to play that TMT game when it comes out. And you're joining us. I'm forcing you. I'm pulling you by by your horns on your character, and you're well.
Final thing.
Yeah.
Favorite turtle.
Raphael.
Oh.
Michelangelo.
Oh, yeah, I gotta go with Michelangelo.
Oh, all right, let's go fuck myself though.
Actually, no. I'll take Donatello.
Bitch, what the fuck?
Actually.
What do you mean?
No, I'm kidding. Donatello's great. Oh, hell yeah, let's go.
Actually, I like April.
What the fuck?
Oh, she's not a turtle, man.
Actually, I like that female turtle they made in that weird shitty 90s show.
Yes! Oh my god, wait, I forgot her name, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And
I used to bring her up all the time in high school, and then I just stopped because, I don't know, I don't really have a reason.
Actually, I like that one turtle from the Super Bowl commercial a long time ago where he takes off his towel and people made it into the meme of someone biting a pickle.
That's true.
Being that the pickle is, that's my favorite one.
Oh, the pickle, he turned himself into one? This is the funniest shit I've ever seen, Scram.
The biggest scaly bait of all time.
When does Monkey D. Luffy turn himself into a pickle? I'm waiting for that chapter about One Piece.
I'm ready for my final thoughts, please.
Listen, bro,
moving on.
It's canon that he can his pickle.
He can turn into a pickle anytime he wants.
His pickle is extendo.
He can pickle himself.
Gumma no pickle. No,
Gumma no pickle. You just said that for free on our podcast.
We're
not
say
getting paid
whatever
for
I want.
Okay.
Okay.
This is fair.
But for real, real final words. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate y'all so much and for listening. Don't forget to do your daily click for a certain crisis going on in the world.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Do your daily click, baby.
Do your daily click.
Make sure you do. Keep writing everything in. As is that your final thought?
Yeah, that's my final thoughts. We talked about games.
Yep. I guess I'll do mine real quick. We've talked a lot about some good stuff. The hype and the intrigue of Nintendo. This episode's mostly been about the bad and the uncertainty of everything, but much like doing your daily click for what is happening in the world with, I'm just gonna say it. Obviously, we're grown-ups here. Palestine.
I was talking about DeJournos.
No.
Yeah.
I was thinking cookie clicker.
Oh, true. Actually, I gotta open up my cookie clicker.
My dailies for Pokemon Go.
If someone made a cookie clicker app that was just a way to make it so it goes to proceeds to Palestine,
I'd be all for it.
Yeah, that's right. I shouldn't be beating around the bush. Palestine. Yeah, it's a big thing. Do your daily click, do your research, support where you can and how you can.
It's getting ugly too, but obviously along with that, keep an eye as well on the entertainment industry, especially gaming, like we talked about right now, because it's a lot of bad. It's going to get worse. They're going to try to hide it behind a lot of hype announcements. I'm sure during Summer Game Fest, there's going to be a couple more studios closing, and that they're just going to hide. But keep diligent. Be ready for not if, but when the strikes for everything in the entertainment industry do happen, and just support anyone in any of this entertainment industry. But also keep in mind, hopefully things get worse so that the way they eventually get better. And these episodes don't always have these doom and gloom bad news. But again, if we have to do it every episode for years at this point until something finally gets good for the gaming industry, so be it, because that's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to talk about and give to you guys. So just keep diligent with Palestine and keep diligent with the gaming and the entertainment industry, and just support wherever the fuck you can with all of it, because it's going to be a bumpy ride in a political year. That's for damn sure.
Keep fighting.
Keep fighting, baby.
Eat donuts.
Eat donuts.
Donuts are good.
Donuts are fire.
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Draw watermelons.
Fucking bars. Draw watermelons, baby. I love the art for watermelons that people have been doing. Pedro's who made the character art you're seeing. Pedro's been doing some good art for that. Holy shit, Pedro's been fucking great. But
Scram, any word from you?
I gotta go to bed.
I was gonna say that was it for me. I thought we were gonna end, but
okay, well, see you guys next week. Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.